Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ARK Survival Evolved. We are here for the very first time on well, for you guys at least, the first time for an unofficial PvP server. And I apologize, I have gamma turned up. That's why you can't see anything. It's still kind of bright, but it's okay. And let me show you this, guys. I have been playing on this server for a little bit now. I haven't been able to record, but this is what my base is looking like right now. And now because I'm not gammaed, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of this. Let's get up here and fly off a little bit. I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased with that. It's kind of a neat design for it. You know, it looks like a top hat. Looks like a top hat, and it really helps if you paint the little strip on the bottom here. I think I should go with a brighter color. Maybe keep the black, but go with a brighter color there. But anyways, guys, welcome to this series. Hopefully it's going to be a series. Basically, this server, I'll actually... there's the... wiped 2 dynamite classic flyers 10 times all. Yeah, that gives you the basis of it. That's the server name. And it is a 10 times unofficial server. Obviously unofficial server because it's 10 times. And there is classic flyers, so for instance, this guy right here is super fast, absolutely ridiculous, and because you're able to pump movement speed, I've got 268% movement speed on this guy, which is kind of, you know, I'm not super keen on it, but it's all right. You know, I kind of prefer it with the other way, actually, which sounds crazy, I know, but it does make certain things better. I don't know why I went in there. But yeah, so far, this is all that I've got, guys. I've got these 2 lovely dung beetles, and this one's actually a decent level. I don't know why that's white. Oh, never mind. And this Argent, 404, I think I should name him Air, because that's the top level. By the way, yes, the levels are quite a bit higher. Everything's normal, actually, except for after you tamed a creature, you can level them 200 levels. So, you know, it makes for a lot beefier dinos. And this guy down here, I'm going to use as a farming creature, because in all reality, for a solo player, I am playing solo, this guy should produce all the wood and berries that I need, you know, versus getting a mammoth and all that stuff, because as you guys can tell, I don't have much room for a mammoth. Also, it's very difficult to get a mammoth up here. Very difficult. So, I've tried. No, not really. But then over here, I have this little greenhouse set up. I originally built the first base over here, and I didn't like the way I'd done it, so I ended up moving it over there. But I think what I'm going to do is actually build another base here, probably something similar. Maybe keep it more as storage or something, and then maybe build a bridge in between them. I don't know how difficult that's going to be. But, yeah, guys, so right now, what I'm kind of doing is I'm grinding, basically. Trying to get materials together to get some turrets on this to start with. Because this is a pretty aggressive PvP server. I mean, it's, you know, if you stand around for too long without turrets on your base, you're going to get wiped. If you stand around for long enough with turrets on your base, you're probably still going to get wiped. But that's just part of it, and it makes it more enjoyable, I think, to, you know, have that risk. As you guys can tell, I've got some decent items here. This is actually a really good fabricated sniper rifle. There is a mod. This is a modded server, so there is, I think, 12 mods on it. They don't change the game all that much, really. So, for instance, this is a ORP settings. Yeah, that's a mod which basically when you're offline after half an hour, then everything has 3 times the amount of health. So, you know, it takes 3 times the amount of explosives to get into these 50,000 damage vaults, which means it takes a lot of C4, which is kind of nice. Keeps the offline rating to a minimum. I mean, it still happens, but it's not as bad. And the drops, there is a mod. It's the better beacons or something like that, whatever the newer version of that is. That's just a white drop, so I'm not going to go after that. But that means that, you know, some of the drops are worth going. Even purples are quite worth going to, actually. And right now what I want to do is go over here, because I believe I should have some sap in my tree taps. Because we need to get some sweet tasty cakes, because I need some snails. This is not the place. It's up here a little farther. Down here. Yeah, there we go. I set these up not too long ago, so we shouldn't have too much sap in them. But I'm hoping to have a little bit so that I can get a few sweet tasty cakes, so we can get a couple snails, because the main limiting factor here, this is a 10-time server, so it's, you know, it's easy to get a lot of stuff, even as a solo player. But the main... What? What? Why are you... I wonder if somebody... This is S+, so nobody can steal them, because they're automatically locked. Got another one over here. And no, nothing. Well, that sucks. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with that. I might have to try to hit somebody up and see if we can get some some sap. Because I really need snails, because that's the main limiting thing is cementing paste. Because obviously the beaver dams, it doesn't increase their rates, I don't think, having hit 10 times. So, you know, you still get about the same from a beaver dam, which is kind of a shame, because the beaver dams are kind of well contested areas, so it's hard to, you know, early in the morning you can maybe get over there, but there's still people farming that, and it's still quite dangerous. So if I had a load of snails around, then that would help out quite a bit. Also, in case you're wondering, that is someone's tame. I actually killed the gentleman that was riding that, because he attacked me because he mistook me for someone that was griefing him, and his base is just down over the hill there. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, as far as a couple of the mods that we have here, we have AA, which is a really handy mod, especially for like this this generator, which is basically a tech generator, but you don't have to have tech to unlock this. So you can actually put it in here, and then you have wireless power to everything. Helps a lot with turrets and stuff. And obviously S Plus is on here. This is all S Plus stuff. And this is, I think this is AA. Yeah, that's AA. So this is kind of a smithy, and then this top part here is a fabricator, which is pretty cool. And anything else? I guess I should mention these things, which are a mod. I think it's crow something primitive crow climbing axe. It just gives you the ability to use the climbing axe or climbing picks without having to go to aberration, because this is not clustered with aberration or anything like that. I guess I'm going to have to try to find some sap somewhere, because the only other way that I can get sap that I know of is with a grinder. The S Plus grinders allow you to make sap. I think it takes wood or something like that. But the problem with that is that the grinder is very expensive. So if we look at a grinder, yeah, that's, you know, 2,000 crystal. I could get the 800 cementing paste would be the hardest thing probably, and 600 oil, and then the 600 polymer. So yeah, it's very, very expensive. I think that one's actually cheaper. That's actually quite a bit cheaper, but I'm wondering if I can still make that stuff in it, or if you have to have the S Plus. I think I might need the S Plus. But I might actually try to whip this stuff up and see if we can make that, because then maybe I could turn that into, turn some wood or something into polymer. And I'm going to keep an eye on this guy that's taming up down here. I apologize for going so fast. It gets a little bit glitchy at times. But yeah, this guy should be doing all right. I might pop a little more narcotic in him. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to cut here, and I will be back once we've found some sap so we can get some snails. Alright, guys, we are back, and I went on a cementing paste run. Luckily, there was no one around the beaver dams at this moment, and I've got all the materials now to make one of these grinders. I'm really hoping that I can make the the sap in this, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Yes, we can. Awesome. And it just takes wood, and we've got loads of wood there. Actually came from the beaver dams. So let's make a bunch of sap. Oh, that's nice and quick. Awesome. That was not nearly as bad as I thought. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can make it out of green gems. And you can make thatch out of wood and stone. That's one thing, that's a common thing with S Plus is to use dodicruses to get a whole bunch of stone and then make flint from it to make spark powder and then eventually bullets out of that. The dodicruses have been disabled on the server as well as the Brontos because lag. It was actually pretty bad. You wouldn't think it, but a dodicarus or a Bronto working in a certain area or something can cause enough lag that the whole server was kind of jumping around. So they just went ahead and disabled those. So it does mean you have to grind a little bit more in some places, but it's not too bad. Dino food, I think I've got everything. As long as these crop plots have produced enough. So let's see if we can make 10 of them. Yes, we can. So let's actually make all that we can right now. So we'll just put in 100, pull all them items, and we can make 13. So that's not too bad at all. Actually, I think honey would be our limiting factor here. We've got a little more honey in here. Let's see if that makes it so we can make any more. I would think it would pull it, but you never know. No, so we're lacking something, potentially stimulant. Or actually it could be, there's plenty of stuff there. There is a stacking mod on here too, which halves the weight of most things. So that's a thing. There's also the Super Spyglass mod, which I don't care much for, because it's basically a spyglass that you can see the health and stats of everything, but it doesn't show you the tribe name. So it's can get you in a lot of trouble if you're looking around at stuff and then you end up fighting a thing that could be wild, but is actually owned by one of the alpha tribes, so... But, what am I doing over here? Oh, I'm looking for snails. And I think to find snails, I'm going to go over here. You have to be really careful because this is a really populated server. I think there's, even early in the morning for me, Eastern time, there's 19, 20 people on. And then weekdays, in the evenings, there'll be around 35 or 40 people. But then weekends, it goes up into, close to 60 sometimes. And let's see here. So you have to be careful about flying into turrets and stuff like that. Generally, somewhere around here you'll find some snails. But it can be hard to find with all the trees. So I think I'm going to look around for a snail for a while. And if I can't find anything, I might have to go to the green obby because there is normally snails around there. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay guys, so it's literally been like 2 seconds, and here is a snail. So, what level is this guy? Which level doesn't matter, and of course it's a 150. What's, oh wait, I always forget how these guys work. You have to knock these guys out. So let's just smack him there. And he's not unconscious. Oh my, that's bad. A big old Yudi running through here. Oh, he wasn't bad at all. Oh. Kill that micro raptor before it kills me. These guys. Yes, my Pteranodon is doing 800 damage on these guys with the C-spin. And with the, oh, that guy's trying to get me, that micro raptor. With the, classic flyers, then you can spam the C-spin a lot more. Okay, let's get this Microraptor here. I apologize, guys. It's probably hard to keep up with what exactly is going on when I'm moving this fast. It's hard for me to keep up with it. There's a lot of micro-raptors around here. Okay. Are we safe now? Oh, no. No, we are not. Okay, so we'll just, we'll set this time out. Why, hello there. What level are you? 20. No, thank you. Munch that guy. And is the snail dead? No, the snail's right there. Is it unconscious? I think it's unconscious. Awesome. So that's all it took. So let's drop a few of these in there. Okay, what's going on here? Come on. What are you doing? Oh, he's level 100. I'm not going to knock him out right away. So let's just C-spin him. And this is why I don't build in the redwoods. Any kind of redwoody area. Because goodness, it's rough. Okay, there he is. I got nervous for a second. I thought we'd killed him. Okay, let's pull these up here and give him 5 to start with. And are you going to eat anything? Do we have any? And there's something else fighting my stuff. And it's just bugs. Oh, goodness. Okay, so this guy should be, okay, 30%, and I think that was 1. Yeah, so 5 will do him. So I guess I'm going to look around and I'm going to try to get a couple of these guys so we can start getting a whole bunch of cementing paste. And then I think we're going to try something for organic polymer. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay guys, we're back and look at that, a perfect tame snail, which is absolutely exactly as good as the lowest level you can find. So it just took a lot more time and more tasty cakes. But anyways, this is the only one that I got because I looked around and couldn't find any more in that area. And I didn't want to go too far away from this guy. So now I think I'm going to tame some more of them off camera then after I'm done recording this video. But for now, we are going to try to figure out a way of getting organic polymer. Because something that I've noticed is it seems like the mantis spawns on Ragnarok are a little bit wonky, or a little different, I guess, since the newest expansion. We'll just set that guy on top there for now. I'll get him all set up after a bit here. But, because mantis are a really good way of getting organic polymer. But they used to spawn around the volcano a lot, and now I think about the same amount of them spawn, but their spawns are split between the volcano and the desert area. So it's kind of hard to get a bunch of them. And also I'm sure because it is a populated server, people hunt them quite often. So I'm going to fly down here and check out this drop. Make sure there's nobody watching it. This is something that you have to be careful of with drops, and something I've done before is sit up on the hillside somewhere and let somebody get the drop and then shoot them with a sniper rifle. But we got that one and got some C4 out of it, so that's pretty cool. And now, this is what I'm after. I'm going to tame a couple penguins and then see if we can get some babies to start, or get them to start producing some babies. And, oh, whoops. I'm sorry. And then if we can kill the babies for organic polymer. I know this can work, but I'm not really sure if it does work. Oh, why are you adolescent? Oh, it's a cool green color and everything. If you were just a grown-up. Okay, are you a grown-up over here, I think? Yes. No, that's an adolescent. Why do the adolescents look like the grown-ups, pretty much? And you're an adolescent. There should be more parents than babies. There's some more over there. We'll go check those out. And I don't have anything else to knock them out with. So I guess we're just going to have to try to get a high level one. But then I was thinking I could get a Pelagornis. And that might be a good pair. There we go. Go unconscious. I don't want to shoot you again. We'll shoot him again. Okay. Yeah, he's alright. And he's escaping. Okay, so there we go. So apparently they do get, you can get headshots with him. This guy should go pretty quick. Yep, and he's dead. Okay. Am I using the right? Yeah, I'm using trank arrows. These guys are at least all males. Ooh, there's a 145 female. I'm gonna shoot you one more time. Please go unconscious. Pretty please. Okay, it's not that bloody. Plop another one in there. And maybe one more. How hard are these guys to knock out? Okay, you should go down now. Otherwise, you will die. Go to sleep, little friend. Okay, obviously this is not the right tool for the job. I think I'm going to go get a higher level sniper rifle, and then we are going to shoot some trank darts into them. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, guys, we are back, and I have got a Ascendant, actually. Whoops, hit the wrong button. An Ascendant long neck rifle with 254 damage. If this doesn't knock him out, I don't know what will. I don't know if I should go for a headshot or not. I'm gonna try on this guy. Oh, and it doesn't register. How about this? Nope, still doesn't register. That's kind of strange. And it kills him. Okay. So I guess on lower level ones at least, we don't want to go for headshots. I didn't realize that penguins were so hard to tame. It's crazy. And these guys are babies. Ooh, that guy's... Hey, and he's out. Awesome. I think we can use prime on these guys, right? Let me reload real quick. Don't you cause me no trouble. Okay, so we've got some prime here. Let's see if this will do it. Oh, a little bit of lag there. And I wanted to mention, guys, that the one thing that I think is kind of interesting about this server, and it's the way that they keep the population up, really. But every, I don't know, between 2 and 8 weeks, then the server does wipe. And it's a complete wipe. That was easy. So he is only level 22. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to pick up my penguin here. Thank you. But the server does wipe, so that's kind of, I mean, it's bittersweet because it does mean that whatever I'm doing now, you know, in 4 or 5 weeks is probably not going to be around. But I think it's kind of interesting because this is such a high rate server that, you know, even as a solo, I can do quite a bit and get a lot of, you know, raiding and stuff like that in. And it does kind of lean towards the letting you do more raiding and stuff because you know that, you know, you're probably going to lose the stuff in a couple weeks anyways. And the schedule, I'm sorry, it's really dark. Back up here, there we go. Okay. The schedule for when it wipes is purely dependent on the population. So when the population dies off, then they wipe it, and then the population comes back up, and we keep on going. So I'm not sure what to level on these guys. I suppose health. Yeah, because basically all I want these guys to do, I'm going to get a couple of them in here. I got a couple more females, and eventually maybe I'll have some high level ones. But I'm going to get a hitching post, which I should be able to make one actually. A hitching post. I have not learned it. And by the way, the max player level is 200. So you do get all the engrams you need to learn everything. There we go. Let me grab the stuff for it. And then I can basically leave these guys. I'll get a hatcher, an S+ hatcher going. And then I can leave a bunch of these guys sitting here on wander, but hitched. So let's hitch the dino. put them on Wonder. And then once we got some females, they'll just sit here and keep pooping eggs out. And I think the breeding rates are actually more than 10 times on this server. I think some of them might be 15. I think it's 10 or 15, something like that. And actually, we can move these guys over here and hitch them too, so they stop wandering around. But then I can just, once I've got the hatcher set up, then I can just collect the eggs sometime and spam them all around, and then once they hatch, I can bring my Pelgordus in there and just bunch them all and have tons of polymer. That's the plan, at least. So hopefully that works. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting, this guy here won't fit in my base, because there was no way that I could get a large hatch frame up on top here that it didn't look really weird. So that guy's stuck outside. Ouch. But if we can get back up there, yeah, this isn't the easiest base location, but it is a kind of nice one. It's really hard with the speed that this guy has on him. But if you go on these double doors, these S+ double doors, and you hit it right, oh, you can glitch right in, like you used to be able to do with regular doors. The one thing is, though, that these, they don't close, or they don't auto-close then. So I actually have this on auto-close. If I walk out, it'll close. But if you fly through with a fast enough Pteranodon, it doesn't register, and it won't close on you. So you have to be careful of that. Got a poop machine there. And yeah, I think that's kind of everything right now. We've got, and this is kind of going to be the basis of every wipe. Kind of what I'm thinking with this server and with this series is I'll do kind of seasons with every wipe, do something different. You know, this time we're up on top of these pillars. Might do a bridge across there and, you know, hopefully get into some PvP action in the very near future. And that's going to be an ongoing theme, you know, PvP and stuff like that. But, you know, maybe next wipe will be in the swamp or we'll be under the water or something like that. So it adds a lot of variety to it, I think. I think it'll keep it interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. And I will see you guys next time.